let's find out who's calling my cringe phone today.
Cameron, it's time.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And that man
Hey cringers, welcome back to Cringer Reviews. I'm Cameron, and today I'm going to be reviewing some creepypastas, or as I like to call them, cringypastas. If you somehow don't know what creepypastas are, well, imagine a well-written, terrifying tale that will keep you up at night, and then throw that out the window, because that's exactly what creepypastas aren't. You're bound to have seen some of these if you spend any time browsing the internet. Oh, and of course, there's also the terrible Creepypasta fandom, which, my god, I don't know if it's better or worse than the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. Kids on the internet really seem to like fictional murderers, huh? Cringe. If you've ever been on the internet for longer than 3 seconds, you'll know that creepypastas are dumb. They are absolutely moronic. Even when I was a kid, I was never scared of them, and somehow everyone else was. I thought I was a weird kid, but no. Clearly, I just had a functioning brain. And if the word creepypasta still doesn't ring a bell, take a look at these images. Yeah, cringe, right? These used to give people nightmares, and knowing some snowflakes out there, they probably still do. Anyway, enough horsing around. It's time to read our first creepypasta. Oh boy, Slenderman. I've seen him, you've seen him, we've all seen him. Seriously, come on, Slenderman. He's literally just a guy. A tall guy with no face, yes, but a guy nonetheless. I don't know what's worse, the fact that people are scared of him, or the fact that people want him to be their boyfriend. Same goes for most other creepypasta characters, but I'll get into that later. I think the worst thing about Slenderman is the fact that he managed to get himself an entire feature-length film with a very expected 8% score on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not even gonna bother watching this movie. Way too much cringe that I'm prepared to absorb. And hell, that's not all. He even has his own game, multiple at that, and I'm sure you've seen popular YouTubers like Markiplier and PewDiePie play these, which are a load of cringe. You just walk around. That's it. And somehow, these grown adults are horrified by it. What a pile of cringe. According to Creepypasta.com, yes, there's a website, the Slenderman is an alleged paranormal figure reported to have been in existence for centuries, covering a large geographic area. He also appears to have 4 to 8 long black tentacles that protrude from his back. He is described as wearing a black suit. Yeah, I think you get the picture. There's also a whole story to this as well, which I'm not reading. I don't have that much time on my hands. Anyway, it's time for the fan art. Ugh, here we go. Hold up. They tried to make Slenderman kawaii? He's an insane murderer, not some cute little Pokemon or whatever. This is actual cancer, and I'm just awaiting the day the cringe gods press the reset button on this miserable excuse of a planet. Anyway, moving on. Oh, are you kidding me? Good guy? He literally kills people. For fun. He finds enjoyment in ending innocent people's lives. What kind of sick and twisted maniac considers this good guy behavior? Ugh, I just cringed so hard, I fell into the cringe compactor and got compressed into a little cringe cube. Great, Slender Girl, another cringeworthy original character. More like unoriginal character. It's just Slenderman, but a girl. Some SJW probably saw Slenderman and said, I should make him a woman. Seriously? I'm not surprised, but still. Ew, this is so weird. They're both serial killers. Who would ever, in a million cringeworthy years, want to see these two kiss? It makes me shrivel up inside just thinking about the mere possibility. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Get this out of here. It's time for the rating. Slenderman gets a full-blown cringe on the cringe scale. Goodbye, Slenderman. See ya hopefully never again, you sad slender sack of cringe. Right, let's move on to... Okay, I'll admit it. This one unsettled me as a kid. This is probably the only creepypasta that managed to actually scare me, but only back then. Looking back, it's just more cringy garbage. Basically, Smile Dog was a ridiculous story where if you get the image of the dog in your email, you have to spread the word by sending it to someone else, or be haunted by the dog. And when I was younger, I would check my email constantly to see if I had received the dreaded Smile Dog. God, what a load of complete and utter cringe. In fact, it's so cringe that it's making me devolve into a cringeous reviewist. Alright, let's move on to the fan art of this strange hound. Oh my god, I just realized, with this thing being a dog, the furries are gonna have a field day with it. And indeed, they did. Look at this. How is he saying the knife emoji? It's an emoji. Those aren't words. Heck, how is he even saying anything? You know, being a dog and all. And why doesn't he look anything like the actual Smile Dog? Ugh, this is ridiculously cringe. Sweet merciful cringe. What am I even looking at here? It looks like every single cringe trope I hate mixed into one disgusting cringe cocktail. The furry, the weird anime face, the complete and utter disrespect to the source material. Ugh, absolutely disgusting. One of the cringiest things I've ever seen. Good god, this looks like a 12-year-old drew it. It's terrible. And again, more of these stupid anime faces on characters that are meant to be scary. What sick freak likes this kind of stuff enough to try and make it all cute? The very thought sends shivers down my spine. Oh, for God's sake. This is even worse than the last one. It's Smile Dog and Jeff the Killer, and they made Smile Dog Jeff's pet? Smile Dog is a supernatural entity. A haunted spam email. This is the stupidest, cringiest, most absolutely garbage piece of Smile Dog related art ever. Smile Dog gets a cringe on the cringe scale. Now onto Oh boy, this is the big one. This piece of crap is one of the single cringiest pieces of media on the internet, and there's a whole lot of reasons why. For example, at the beginning of the actual, official story, Jeff's little brother gets sent to juvie for getting blamed for beating up a couple of Jeff's bullies, which is like getting sent to a maximum security prison for shoplifting. It's ridiculous. Cringe, even. Then, later, Jeff's bullies, who are young children, show up to a birthday party with guns. What? Where the hell do they get those? And it gets even better. At that same party, Jeff gets covered in alcohol, set on fire, and then gets covered in bleach. All in the span of about 4 minutes. And this leads to his skin getting turned pale white, because of course it does, that's how skin works. And then, after returning home from the hospital, Jeff decides to go crazy, cut his lips off so he's always got a creepy grin, and kill his entire family. What a wonderful pile of garbage this story is, top and bottom. An absolute cringe fest through and through. In fact, it's so cringe that it probably put me on Santa's cringe list, and I'm gonna get coal for cringemas. So thank you, Jeff the Killer. You just ruined a national holiday. But anyway, with the story done, let's move on to the fan art. Ugh, I feel sick just thinking about all of it. Oh boy, look at this piece of work. Again, another serial killer made cute anime boy. How is every person who likes these stupid stories such a goddamned weirdo? They're all cringe. Cringe as hell. Ugh, this just looks terrible. It looks like that stupid Cuphead game's art style, but drawn by an idiot. I mean, just look at the eyes, and that mouth. It's just a line. So cringe. For God's sake, stop with all of these stupid kawaii anime nonsense things. They're serial killers. They murder children. They aren't cute. This is ridiculous. Alright, this is the last thing, and I'm sure it can't be that. Oh my god. This is just... how? How does a stupid internet story get turned into a purchasable Halloween costume? Like, that's like Sam from Undertale or Freddy Fazbear getting a Halloween costume. It's one of the single cringiest things I've ever seen. This is so cringe, in fact, that I just cringe so hard, I've given birth to a cringe baby. Anyway, Jeff the Killer gets an absolutely cringe on the cringe scale. Right, that was one of the cringiest experiences I've ever had to suffer through. I hate creepypastas. I hate them a lot. They stink, they suck, and they're cringe. Creepypastas get an absolutely cringe on the cringe scale. This sucked, and I'll never forget that stupid costume. That's all for today, and remember, stay cringing, and spread the word.